for, well, we both talk and shared stuff, of course, because we talked for like, what, 8 hours, face to face. So the gloriousness of this weekend was I realized that in dealing with, well, I just gotta say it, so mostly in my experiences, the black men responding to me, in my opinion, always responded negatively. Oh, you can't be real. You can't be happy all the time. You're fake. You're white. You're this. You're that. Well, then why do you like me? You know? So we were talking about, you know, the breakdown of black relationships and why, I don't know, I haven't checked in like a year. Statistically, they tend to get divorced and or have more, I don't know how I can say it, problems, but that's too vast of a word, so I'll look for a different word. I'll try to think of a different word. We have different issues, I'll put it that way. So in growing up and wondering, I think what my problem was is I should have worded myself differently to the black men that I like. And we both discussed, you know, the crutch of it all is men, you know, women talk. Just listen, especially in the beginning, okay? We lay all of our cards out on the table, and we may as well lay all of our cards out on the table, because if you can't deal with this, you can't deal with me tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, okay? Then, women, when you're done stating what you do accept, don't accept, what your rules in life are, your goals, da 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 da, shut up, and let him explain himself. Men, talk, because we need to know, okay? Tosh, you know I go have milk with the boys every Thursday, so you know we'll be at JJ's, you know, every Thursday from, you know, 8 until whenever. I'll call you when I'm on my way home. Something, just break it down like that. And then men, you go in your cave. Women, we let them. You don't go running after them. When they come out on their own accord, we can talk. They can talk then. They can hear then, and you can talk then. But until then, we give them their space, time, whatever, and you just shut up, okay? And men, the same thing, you know? When she tells you, and women, we need to be a little bit more constructive about that. We do, okay? Honey, I know it's 5 o'clock, and the first thing you do is grab your beer and go to your cave, so when you come out, you know, I really need to sit down and talk to you for 10 minutes. And women, you need to set a timer, because we go on and on and on and on. We do. And then men, you need to respond. You might want to respond if you did not getting laid that night, okay? So you know, some sort of response saying, yes, honey, I'm listening to you. And then women, we don't try to change them and say, oh no, I want you to go shopping with me on Sundays after church, you know, or something ridiculous like that. Yeah, so that's what we decided over the weekend, you know. And I'm like, dang, if I would have thought, because you know, I had a challenging youth, dealing with the thought ever since I was a baby of I'm white and my legs are too shiny, and why do you speak proper, and why do you do this, and why do you dress like, you know, white girls, and you know, because I come from that mother that used Hollywood cold cream. It's thick like Vaseline. And back in the 50s, the movie stars would put that on their face to take their makeup off. I mean, it's thick, like 10 times thicker than Vaseline, okay? And that's what she would rub on our body. So I would go out glistening like the sun, standing at the bus stop with all those kids who'd pick on me, you know? So that's why God had me move to Oakland. Yeah, I got over that. I tell you, once you don't have no sisters and brothers to go beat up everybody else, you gotta fend for yourself, you know? So thank God I was big and I learned how to kick butt. So in trying to get rid of that garbage and deal with, you know, my life and how I'm going to deal with people, and you know, this versus that, and you do something different than me, and different nationalities all do something different in the same scenario, and how to, you know, just humanities stuff. But I didn't deal with it very well growing up because, like I said, I'm the baby of 9 and I was very well protected. You know? Irvin, he looked at me wrong, go beat him up. And he go beat him up. Yeah. I have 4 wonderful, wonderful brothers that I am just so extremely happy that I learned how to appreciate men from. I ain't gonna mention that about the sisters. Anyway, so yeah, we discussed that all weekend, and it was really enjoyable listening to a man's opinion, you know, and giving his opinion on, you know, different topics of, you know, being your friend just to, you know, get laid and all the little tricks and whatnot that some people, because I'm sure women do it too, do just to get, you know, whatever they want, you know. So I laid my cards out on the table, he laid his cards out on the table, and it's all good, you know. It's all good. And if for no other reason, if I don't end up being with him, it felt so good just to be able to rectify that in my own brain, you know, looking back on my life, looking back on his life, you know, and the same instances that happened to him that happened to a lot of black couples that I know of. You know, she's over controlling, she's this and she's that. So why didn't you teach her how to treat you from the beginning? But we always say, oh, well, you know, he's in love with me. Well, I'll let that slide. I'll let that slide. No, you don't let stuff like that slide. If you need to go out with the boys. I don't need to be up underneath your left nut 24/7. What are we going to talk about in life? You're going to end up like a couple I know that you don't have any friends. They just have each other and they get on each other's nerves every day, fussing and fighting every day. Go outside. You go be with Steve. Go be with him and, you know, play pool with the boys. So when you get home and she was out with the girls, good girls, no backstabbing girls, and no, you know, and that goes for both parts, you know. And we women, all women, need to stand up in the truth of and the love of who you are and what you are. Value yourself, therefore you'll value me. And you will do like one girlfriend I actually had call me in the morning, woke me up to tell me that my man was knocking on her door. Yeah, for real, for real. And I'm like, wow, now that's a friend, you know? Okay, you grow up, you let it go. Because either you're going to trust or you're not. And if you're not, you're still a child, acting childish and silly, and, you know, looking out for him and checking his cell phone and checking his computer. It's time for that drama, you know. So anyway, thank you, honey, for having that long discussion with me and teaching me a lot about politics, chess, physics, sports. You know, because that was one of the things I asked God for in a man. All those things that I don't know, I want him to know, because we have to balance each other. You know, even though in my head he might be the king and I might be the queen, you still need to balance me out and accentuate my positives, and I need to accentuate your positives, you know. Oh, and another really big thing that we discussed is, you know, in public, you're always right. In public, you're always right. You know, somebody come up to you and say, well, you know, Tasha said whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. And he can be like, yeah, she right. And then we get home, honey, why you say that for? Why you say that? Oh, well, because, you know, she said this and this and it pissed me off. Oh, okay, cool. You don't really think the moon is made of green cheese, do you? No. Okay. Yeah, after you get home, you know, straighten it all out. Not in public. Yeah, because I had one boyfriend, he's like, what are you talking about? That's not what so-and-so said. What she said was da-da-da-da-da-da whoop de whoop. And when I get mad, I don't say nothing. I don't say anything. And the madder I am, the longer I don't speak. You know, because sometimes it's not good to speak on things. You just shut up and let it go. See, that's what a lot of us women don't do. We don't just shut up and let it go. I'm not saying all the time for everything, but why start a fight because you believe one way and he believes another? So if he was a different religion than me, he's not, and I'm not going to sit here, oh, well, that's not, no, ain't happening. It ain't happening like that today, you know. I'll take what you say and roll with it. You know, just roll with the punches. Play it off. Okay, babe, yeah, okay, I'll see you at 5 o'clock. Okay, and you know, and just keep on rolling. Let's communicate. Men, talk. Because we women can't hear you playing basketball. Women, shut up and listen. Men, reply. Women, shut up and listen. Men, you don't have to ask for sex. Just pat her nicely on the booty. Tell her how beautiful she is in everything. Women, stop asking, do I look fat in this? Do I look ugly in this? Do I look good in this? Because if you can't handle the answer, you shouldn't ask the question. Okay? Another thing, another big thing that I asked him about, and the other 3 guys I've been dating, when I think we women have this concept that we're supposed to always look how we look, or how you looked in your wedding picture. And when a man comes to you and says, hey baby, let's do this tonight, no, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I got a stomach and stretch marks and my titties are going south, and men don't see that. Men don't see, and now he's like the 27th man I've asked about this. Men don't even see that, because when they're ready to they see their bride, or whoever that girl was that they took out on a date, you know, 25 years ago or whatever. They don't see. And if you're a man listening to this, please comment. They don't see, you know, necessarily, you know, the stomach and the So what do you think? What do you think, women? What do you think, men? Because let's face it, if he still wants you and you still want him like that, you know, I can't say because there's children watching. Just why not? Otherwise he'll go off, or men, if you keep saying no, she'll go off, because you know, women have affairs too, or do whatever you decided not to do amongst the 2 of you, you know. So let's all communicate better. You as my sister girl, communicate with me. You know, Tosh, you said such and such and such, so does that mean that he really feels da-da-da-da? Like I said earlier in the poem, you know, we watched Mother Queen, Queen Common Sense, and then Alexis K. Tyler about, you know, V-Power. Yeah, so anyway, we watched the 4 series of Queen Common Sense videos, and we watched both Alexis K. Tyler, well, we watched about 5 Alexis K. Tyler videos. Another thing we happily discussed was, why didn't all the past ones that only lasted for like 2 weeks work out? You know, spiritually, mentally, whatever. And I told him, I think, my answer to him was, maybe that's all the time we needed to be together for them. Because let's face it, I know I'm strong and withstanding, and I can go fight just about any war. Well, once I understand the nitty gritty of it, you know, and come back home still, you know, cook a chocolate cake, and you know, pour my man his beer, drink whatever, and you know, play the football game, and you know, make hors d'oeuvres for 20. You know, but that's just me. Not every woman can do that, obviously. Maybe, I don't know, progressing. So the past 3, 4, I think 5, because I didn't tell you about the others, have led to this one, who so far is, I don't know how else to say it, the best, because he has the most of everything on my mental list that I want in a mate. We'll see. I'm not going to cut off my nose, spite my face. I'm not going to put the cart before the horse, you know. So if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, boys and girls, let it go. Something is always better, or maybe you just need to live through whatever that situation was. And I'm never speaking of abuse or humiliation, unless you're submissive. You don't be training people. You tell her from the beginning, you know, this is what I want. You tell him from the beginning, this is what I want. Because if you don't have it now and you're not willing to get it, we could be friends. You know? Yeah, and then communication. Women talk less, men talk more. You be quiet. Guys listen. I think that might make life a little bit better.